I started a second character on Subtler Fugitive's GTA Online PC account with the expressed intention of winning 50 races so that I could unlock all of the car mods at Los Santos Customs while doing it in as few races as possible. I pre-ordered GTA 5 for PC around December of 2014, and then it finally released in 2015, and shortly after that I received a hard copy of it, and so I installed it on a different computer that I had, and I started a second account, and the character name is Subtler Fugitive. I didn't really invest a lot of time in the account or character. I really just used it for when I had friends over to the house and I wanted to play GTA, so we'd have both computers running. That didn't happen very often, but I figured I had the hardware and the copies of the game, so why not set it up? Over the course of a couple of months, I got the character up to over level 100, primarily just through doing some missions with friends when they were over, and racing. And I was very selective about the type of racing I did with this character. One of the things about my Evil Smart account, my main account, is that I have friends, and a lot of them are in a racing crew that I was in. So when I join races and I invite players, I'll get a lot of my friends to join sometimes, and that means the races are very competitive, so I will frequently not win. So my win-loss ratio on the Evil Smart account is something like 3 to 5 or something like that maybe. On the Subtler Fugitive account, I decided that I wouldn't have any friends and that I would just race against randoms and I would see how well I could do. So anyway, I have a pretty good win-loss ratio on the Subtler Fugitive account. It's something like 3 to 1 or more. I'm not even sure. So after a while, I got to the point where with that character I had unlocked all the mods and I had gotten to level 120 or whatever, so I got the RPG and all the minigun and everything. I kind of got the bug up my butt that I wanted to see how good I was at racing and how long it would take me to win the 50 races for a new character to be able to unlock all of the car mods at Los Santos Customs. So I started a second character, and right as soon as I got into the lobby, I basically started a playlist of races and started racing. And so this series of videos that will follow is my attempt to win 50 races in as few races as possible. Now, I had a few guidelines. I didn't want to... One of the ways that I won a lot of the races with the Subtler Fugitive character, the first character on that account, was that I ran a lot of non-contact races, and that right there makes things a lot easier. Oftentimes I would turn off customs, I would make sure I turn off slipstream and catch-up, I would oftentimes race with a class other than sports or supers. A lot of people don't race like coupes or sedans or vans or any compacts, any of those. You will often have an advantage. And if you were to leave customs on in a lot of those types of races, people don't even have vehicles that are modded. So in that case, it's a trade-off. So there's different ways to do it. One of my favorite ones is also to set the weather to rain and the time of day to night. Those conditions really tend to give you a good advantage if you know how to handle them. So a few things that I wanted to do. Basically, I wanted to start with a level 1 character. I wanted to run playlists of Rockstar created races or Rockstar verified races. Generally Rockstar created. I don't like a lot of the Rockstar verified races. I don't really like a lot of the Rockstar races either, but it's easier to get people to join in with Rockstar races than if you create your own races. So all the races would be standard races. So you could have contact. Slipstream and catch-up would be turned off. Custom vehicles would be turned off. Time of day is set to current. Weather is set to clear. Usually the number of laps would be set so the race would last about 4 minutes. That kind of is the sweet spot for maximizing cash and RP. Anything over 8 minutes, it stops increasing the payout, but you get a diminishing return after 4 minutes. So the next increment's 6 minutes, then 8 minutes, and you get 5,000 or so for winning a race at 4 minutes, and you get 8,000 or so for winning a race at 8 minutes. And those numbers may be up a little higher depending on the number of people in the race. So the one last thing is I don't believe in running people off. I try to be a clean racer. I don't like to be a dirty racer and win by knocking people out. Occasionally, if somebody is being a jerk and continually trying to take me out, I will counter strike, but generally I just try to get ahead of them. Oftentimes, if somebody's trying to take me out, I will just sort of slow down, let them get ahead of me, and then wait for them to make a mistake, and that usually works. So anyway, this is going to be the series of me starting from level 1 and trying to win 50 races. So, hope you enjoy. I know I did.